lot of people live above their means and do not even know it. Like, you feel like it's a requirement for you to get your nails done, even though you don't have a car. You mean to tell me you couldn't take 2 seconds to learn to do your own hair? You didn't have enough time to learn to do your own hair, but you have enough time to go out to eat? The problem is you're living above your means and you don't even know it because you're so used to seeing everybody around you live above their means. You will be better off doing that, such as I do, money or not, and making that turkey sandwich, regardless. If your coworkers go out to eat and they ask you to go out to eat, you can pack your turkey sandwich with you and eat before you go. You and your friend can hang out and have a good time without having to spend money. And this is the most uncomfortable truth that you have to sit in. You know you don't have the money to do it, but for some reason you still do it. Because you've seen your mom live above her means, she saw her mama live above her means, and so on and so forth. And for the people that don't know what to live above their means means, it means spending less than what you make. Way less. The problem is you get a raise and you spend more money. That money can go towards debt, your savings, or anything else. But society says, girl, it's time to get a new car. Girl, it's time to get some new hair, new shoes, new this, new that. You didn't need any of that. You was perfectly fine before, if you really want to be honest. All I'm saying is do better. Look at your account. When you get a new raise, you get some new money, put it towards something that you need to put it towards. Stop going out to eat. The food ain't even that good anyway. Bye.
Shout out to Jarnay or Jeanne. Don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly in case you're seeing this. Good for you, young lady. I did a video yesterday talking about generational wealth, and it was somewhat derogatory towards those that are coming behind. So it's refreshing to see some young folks like Jeanne telling it like it T.I. is. We got to learn how to be content and live at or beneath your means. And if you're honest with yourself, okay, you know that she's telling the truth. And if you can embrace the truth, then change can come about and your life could be better. Because it's really about the experiences. It's really about maintaining your peace, especially in this world that we have today with all of this chaos. I think a lot of the chaos would be quashed if we were more productive, focused on the things that are important, and quit trying to play the Joneses and compete on this treadmill. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares. When and if your ship crashes, nobody comes to save you, right? And so it's better to get this lesson earlier rather than later. And so, Jeanne, I appreciate you for, just keeping it real on a Friday. Just tell it like it T.I. is. Before we go any further, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert. And on this channel, our goal is to simplify the home loan process because I'm a lender. And I bring these videos to put some context around home ownership. A lot of people, when they decide to become a homeowner, realizing that they can't because of this lifestyle creep, if you will, or living above your means. And then so when a time comes where you want to do something like home ownership, sometimes it could prevent that from happening, or at best delay that process. So that's the reason for the video today. So as we go forward, you guys let us know in the comment section what you think. Let's move forward.
If you're not saving on a consistent basis and you don't have a real emergency fund and you're not struggling financially, you're probably living above your means. In other words, you have money for everything else. So if someone calls and they're like, let's go out to eat, let's go shopping, or let's book these plane tickets, you're out the door. Yet when it comes to having money for the future or for the unexpected, there isn't much of a safety net. And don't misunderstand me, because it is good to have new experiences and enjoy yourself. And I always tell people, when you prioritize experiences over things, you're going to enrich your life. However, you should still prioritize the important stuff, which includes saving money. Always remember that just because you have money to buy something doesn't necessarily mean that you can afford it, because to afford means to do something without negative consequences. So in other words, it means that you're able to enjoy your life without compromising your financial well-being. So if you can take multiple trips a year, eat out 3 or 4 times a week, and go shopping pretty much whenever you feel like it, there's really no no reason why you shouldn't have a 3 to 6 month safety net. When it's all said and done, your financial health is really about balance, which includes spending some and saving some. And ultimately, what you do with your money is your choice. But one thing I will say is that I've never heard a person regret having a savings account, but I have heard people regret not saving sooner.
Man, this internet will bless you with some game and drop some jewels if you will listen and pick them up. She be V. V, that was excellent. Don't need to add anything to what you said. And I actually learned something. To do something without consequences, that's beautiful. Sounds like peace to me. That's what afford means. So just because you got it doesn't mean you need to spend it, because as soon as you need it, you're going to wish you had it. That's just a summary of what V said. V, we appreciate you. Thank you for blessing the internet with your game. And to your point, watch this next gentleman, because he's going to basically testify to what V just told us. Y'all check it out.
This is me being as completely honest and vulnerable as I think I could ever be on the internet. Right now is the most financially stable I have ever been in my life. And I have made six figures for several years. But it wasn't because of necessarily bad decisions. It was just trying to live above the means, the money that was coming in. Now here's the crazy shit. I got a whole bunch of money going into my 401k. Like when I retire, we're gonna be straight. It's just I didn't do real so good with the money that I was keeping with me. And right now, to say that I have $1,000 in my savings account, I feel pretty good. Like I can't even pretend like I got $1,000 in my savings account right now, and I feel amazing about it. And it's just I mean, be proud.
You see what I'm saying? Making six figures for several years has a lot going into the 401k, but as you heard him, it feels good to have $1,000 in the bank. And to some of you all that aren't making six figures, you might be like, well, man, if that was me, da-da-da-da-da-da. But this is more the rule except opposed to the exception. And so if you're making 100K, $22,000 of that, that's taxes. That's federal. Some of you guys have state taxes. So when you start living this life and living beyond your means and payment budgeting, you could get yourself in a cross real quick. I was just talking to my big brother today about a vehicle, and I mean the ones I like 85 to 100, I just can't do it. Just because you can don't mean that you should, and that's me. You may be different, but in my eyes, vehicles shouldn't cost that much. And so, yeah, I'll look, and they look nice, but I'm a be a good steward over what I have. And preferably I don't have to go get one, but 85 is too much in my book. So shout out to you. Thanks for being vulnerable, sharing that information. That's what really helps people out.
One thing my mom taught me that has benefited my marriage so much, and I'm so grateful, is to live below my means. It allows for so much peace and contentment in our home and in our marriage. I am not stressing my husband out about keeping up with the Joneses and about what Mr. Such and Such did for his wife. Not at all. Also, I love to have spending money. Living above your means limits spending money because all your money is going towards the car note and the rent. Speaking of, my mom always taught me the importance of paying mortgage over rent, cash car over a car note. And also, I don't pay the bills, my husband does. So I'm not going to stress him out about trying to keep up with somebody else. And I mean, I feel like also in that is confidence. When you're confident in who you are and what you're capable of, like because she raised me that way, I am extremely confident in my ability to make something out of nothing and to make the most out of anything. That's how I was raised. So I'm not sweating keeping up with nobody. And I know I don't need much to keep up with anybody. But anyway, this is me telling you, if anybody ain't never told you, it is okay to live below your means. Trying to keep up with people is really a setback in disguise. Don't get me wrong, it's a process, especially as young adults, but do not be afraid to save up. Do not be afraid to miss out. Do not be afraid to invest. Make sure you own something. I had to tell you that because I love you, girl.
Beautiful, beautiful, Nima, beautiful. You're a blessing to your husband too. If he ain't told you, I'm sure he already knows. A lot of jewels. The young folks done showed out today, huh? They done came through and showed out just when you thought all was lost. We got some young folks out here. They got some good sense. Shout out to your parents, because they obviously raised you guys right. She made a lot of points. I won't go over them all. I'm going to just hit the ones that resonated with me, especially with young ladies. Beauty comes from the inside. Yes, beautiful young lady. And that beauty comes from confidence. You see, all of these material things that we put pressure on people to try to identify with, that's a lot of pressure, man. And if you're not raised the right way, you'll succumb to that pressure, and it could cause a lot of problems in a lot of different areas, including your marriage. She's really dropping jewels. She really can help a lot of folks that are older than her because she's looking out for her husband. You feel me? Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what I'll say. And then last thing is she understands as a younger person, there's steps, right? There's steps on the ladder. You hear me say this often if you watch this channel. We all can't make moves at the same time. It takes time. So patience is undergirded with contentment. Contentment is drizzled in confidence. And knowing who you are, knowing what you can and can't do, and not letting anybody get you off your square, because then you won't be true to yourself. So again, shout out to everybody. If you notice, the backgrounds were all green. It's all go today. Tired of the negativity. No negative today. No negative spin. We giving you guys some encouragement that you too can do it. Now, here's the deal. If you want to get onto the property ladder, if you want to own residential real estate, that's single family, duplex, triplex, or fourplex, then you're in luck. Because as I told you earlier, I'm a lender, and I would love to have an opportunity to help you buy right, live in peace, and have an exit strategy. If that sounds good, the description or the comment section below will have the consultation link. First 15 minutes, it's free, it's on me, to see if there's a fit. And if it's all good, we could go forward and help you achieve that goal or that dream of home ownership. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. Watch this video right here. And then until the next time, indeed, stay blessed.